Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about everything that's going to happen in December, and December does seem to be absolutely jam-packed month. And as glad I am for so many different things happening in December, I must say that it is somewhat irritating where we have had so many dud months overall, where we had no new variants, no new acts, no kind of like big special events. And then we have like two of the biggest things that Kabam can do is release a new chapter of next progression act and a new variant at the same time, kind of like week on from each other. So it's going to be busy, which is great. But ultimately, I think that everybody would be so much better served if they would actually space them out a little bit more. And like if we have had a variant, for instance, last month, I think it would just feel a bit more generic. But as I am getting in there, so first thing that we need to notice is that officially only Spider Ham has been announced as a new champion coming, and there is hardly any mention of the new Scarlet Witch, even though she is in all of the promotional material. Also, the fact that she has been named as Scarlet Witch Sigil does lead me to suggest that might not necessarily be kind of like a straightforward process for acquisition of that champion. It might be a similar thing to Platinum Pool, where we're going to collect pieces or something else in the side. But we're going to see what happens with that. But yeah, it doesn't seem like she's going to be released as a regular, everyday, average champion. Then we will have a side event, which is by far the least important thing happening next month, because next month is big in terms of game anniversary, in terms of Christmas and New Year celebration, and all of that is being kind of like kicked off, I guess you can say, with a Book 2, Act 1, Chapter 1, or for regular human beings, Act 7, Chapter 1 coming out, which is obviously something that everybody's excited for. This should have technically happened quite a while back, but the initial design of Act 7 was so horrible that they had to go back and redesign it. And here it is, and from what I have heard, it's a good piece of content. For a change, we might have a good story progression piece of content, which I'm very, very happy, and I'm definitely excited for that. I will be blitzing through that. I probably will not be doing a Legends run, but I will be trying to get it done within like the first couple of days or first week, depending how long it is, just to snag those rewards, just to be able to do guides and reviews, and also to be able to hang out with you guys live, and just so you guys have first reaction that I can possibly have to that content. Now we have Netflix Daredevil buff, which I'm going to skip for now, because I'm going to do a separate video for that, and all of his ability breakdown and all that good stuff. And another thing that came to me as a complete surprise, I did know that back issues is coming, but I fully expected it to come in January to kind of keep the momentum going. But Kabam seems to be determined, so to speak, to blow the load in December. And with that, it does look very great. Variant 5 was an absolute banger, and I think at this point, Variant 5 is by far the best piece of content in game in terms of effort for rewards. It has significantly bumped up the rewards that you can get in variant. Difficulty hasn't been really increased all that much, and yeah, overall, out of every single piece of content, I think variant 5 offers the best rewards for the difficulties it provides you with. So hopefully variant 6 should at least have the same level of rewards. I doubt they would go back, and I think it still holds up quite well. 25% of tier 5 CC, class rank 4 to rank 5 gem, a lot of generic 2017 and before, rank 3 to rank 4 rank up gems, and just a lot of good stuff in general. So I'm well excited for that one. This one's gonna feature Jessica Jones and Daredevil Netflix like storyline with Kingpin, where Black ISO is happening. So basically, villains will gain power in this, and it's gonna be all villain centric, which is no problem at all because many of the game's best characters are villains, and we should have quite wide variety of options. Like Variant 5 was kind of salvaged by the fact that mystics can be brought in, because other than that, Spider-Verse heroes and symbiotes are fairly specific subgroups. But now if we're talking about villains, we're talking about, I think, more than a third of the champions in the game. And yeah, that leaves us with a lot of options. Dr. Doom's, Ghosts, and whoever else, right? A lot of villains in the game. And that's perfect. And you will also be able to bring in non-villain champions, just they will be disadvantaged in one way, shape, form or another. But I think many champions will still function quite well. So I always like these restrictions to be suggestive, not discriminatory in a sense. The English is not my strong side sometimes. But the base idea is always I prefer when Kabam uses carrot instead of a stick, or even if they use a stick, then you still have the option to go in and play with the disadvantage, not like being flat out gated. Like Act 7, you can't bring in 4 stars flat out. There's nothing you can do about it. And so on and so forth. But I much prefer when they kind of like suggest, for instance, Variant 2 is a great example for that. You can bring in any champion in Variant 2, but only extra large champions can be played fully normally, ignoring all of the restrictions, and then by the size they get like more and more restrictions added to them. So I think that's cool. Now Alliance Quest Season 8, already made a video on that, so that's coming. That's kind of cool. Hopefully it works out well with that mutant theme. Happy holidays. We're going to be getting some different holiday rewards and holiday calendars, and I think December is pretty much the month of free stuff when everybody's expecting gifts. Last year we did get quite a lot of decent stuff from Kabam. There will be 2 calendars as well on top of the one that we normally get monthly. One of them typically is extremely rubbish, and then there is a decent 2-week one. So hopefully this year, possibly, we get both of them decent. But last year, I believe Qualia players got the generic 5-star Awakening Gem, so it's going to be interesting to see what Thronebreaker players get this year. And other than that, they did leave quite a bit out of this kind of like official description, but you guys probably have seen already announced. Gifting event is going to be coming back, first and foremost. I must say, I'm personally not the biggest fan of that event, especially because it's much more of an exchange or spending event than gifting event. But they have added extra layers of security to provide some sort of safety net for people jumping alliances and a lot of shady stuff that has happened. One thing that is very distinguishable in the gifting event, they have actually reduced rewards for the alliance spending and alliance, well, leaderboard basically, and they have increased the rewards significantly, drastically for the individual spending to the point of where it's absolutely bonkers. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of it, especially from what we saw from these July 4th sales and how Kabam has treated Tier 5 CC and high-end resources in general in this game, and to see oversaturation just for the biggest mega whales, I don't know. It just doesn't. It has never sit too well with me. But you know, I know there are many people who do enjoy this event, and so that's back. I'm kind of on a fence. It does bring often worst out of the people, and it also leaves a lot of people with a sense inevitability feeling where nothing you have done this year matters so long as you can get the gifting rewards, basically. But we'll leave that to another discussion some other time. So as I mentioned, there's going to be 2 or 3 some sort of special gifts. We're going to have a couple of special calendars, but by far the biggest things next month will be the Act 7, Chapter 1, and Variant 6, which I personally 100% look forward to. Well excited for that. I'm going to be doing all of that stuff live, hopefully with as many of you as possible on the live stream chat, hanging out with me, doing it alongside me, or just having a chance to have an early look at it. As I said, I will be trying to blitz all of that stuff out pretty much immediately as it comes out. And yeah, some good guides should come out of it. I think on a personal note, I'm overall quite excited, but also very cautious with the amount of content that is going to come and the amount of videos that I will inevitably have to produce. So that's going to be a very, very busy month, and I hope you guys are ready for it. And if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button yet, then please do so. There's a ton of cool stuff happening very shortly on the channel and in the game, and this is best time ever pretty much to hit that sub so you don't miss a single video. because I will be trying to put out as many guides and helpful videos for you guys as I possibly can. Other than that, I think we have pretty much covered everything. Give things back, free gifts, variant 6, act 7, Daredevil buff, which I'm going to make a separate video for, side event, which in this case is inconsequential in my opinion. There's going to be some special arenas as well and some other stuff, but all of that stuff is significantly less relevant and significantly less interesting, at least for me personally. But we're going to cover it all as it gets released. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'm not going to keep you guys too long, and yeah, catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the